Can you just focus, please?
Perfect.
Good.
Right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 5 of Focus, Please. I'm Taylor Frost, your host. And today with me, I have Jackie Batara. Woo! Claps and cheers. And my cat is being hyper. I tried to hide his toys and it didn't work, but I might have to lock him away, but that's okay. I don't want to lock him.
No, it's fine.
Schmidt. It's just that toy is, it chirps. So it might just get annoying.
Yeah.
But if it does, I'll hide it. But
He's
anyways.
Schmidt, though. Like, he's always in the living room, right?
It's so on brand. And it's so on brand that I'm already getting off topic 0.5 seconds into this podcast.
I love it.
But I am really excited to have Jackie here. And one of the reasons, well, many reasons, Jackie and I feel like we're just two peas in a pod. And I hope I'm not overstepping
No,
saying
not
that.
at all.
But as soon as we met, I just felt an instant click with her. And I say that, and I say as we met, because Jackie is actually one of my 2026 brides. So we have some questions for you. This is like gauntlet stuff.
I'm excited.
Because it's a really interesting perspective. And it was kind of fun because a couple of episodes ago, I got to talk to one of my brides from last season.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of fun to get some perspective on the post end things of her.
Yep.
From her, I should say. But with you, we get some front end.
Yeah.
And we're a little two peas in a pod with that, since I'm right there struggling with you. And
right there with me.
right when Jackie walked in, a slew of packages came to my door for the wedding, like 6 boxes. So we are both in the swing of wedding planning and wedding craziness.
In the trenches.
So that being said, how are you feeling? Because Jackie is also an October bride, like me. So we're very close together. We're only a couple of weeks apart. Two.
What are you?
3rd.
We're the 17th. So 2 weeks apart.
So we're 2 weeks apart.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling as an October bride?
I'm feeling good.
Okay.
I think because we had like a long engagement, which is my number one piece of advice.
Yeah.
Like out of like the top 5 things I have, like that's my number one thing is like have a long engagement, because we got engaged in April 19th of 2025. Yep, 2025.
Wow, we are so friggin' close with everything.
Yeah,
okay.
like a year. I would say like a year and a half.
Yeah, because we were on March 17th of last year. So literally
a couple of weeks, like a month apart. Yeah, a month apart.
Peas in a pod.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you were that's St. Patrick's Day, right?
Yeah. So the little story of ours, and because I want you to tell your story too. So our story was we actually had a trip to Vegas, a vacation.
Oh.
So, and I was thinking, so it's weird because when we first went, I thought this would be a good opportunity for him to do it.
Yeah.
But the reason I didn't think he was going to do it was his birthday is the 18th. So I'm thinking, very female-minded, I'm thinking he would never plan an engagement on his birthday trip.
Yeah.
Because that's very female of me to
I
be
would
like,
think the same thing though.
because I'm like, that's his birthday trip. That's his birthday week. He would never. But he's totally a dude. And he was like, well, it wasn't the day.
It wasn't the day of.
Right.
I thought the same thing. So it's fine.
So in a weird way, it did kind of blindside me. But I did have a little intuition at first, because I was like, this would be a good opportunity.
This would be a good time.
And so yeah, he did it the day before his birthday.
Oh my God.
So that was fun. But then I instantly was like, wedding planning, but also just because I wanted, there were some things we had to just, a couple of vendors we just had to book right away. Then I was like, okay, now I can take a break and then come back to it. But there was a few I was like, we should do these.
Like right away. No, we were the same exact way. Yeah, we it was the weekend of Easter. And
because that would have been
Yeah, so it was like Easter was on 4/20 last year.
Yes, it was.
It was. And we were going to Medford to be with my family for Easter. And so the day before, he earlier that week, he was like, oh, on Saturday, we're going to go to my parents to they have a lake house in Millbury. And he was like, we're going to go to my parents' house. My sister's going to come. It was supposed to be like beautiful out. It was like almost 70. And he's like, we're going to have like a cookout and going to do an Easter egg hunt with the kids. And I was like, oh, like that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Great. So we were there and we did the Easter egg hunt, and then like his nephew Brooks, I think it was like, oh, like I think I see another egg, or Brian said that to him, like, oh, I think I see another egg over there, like I'm gonna take Jackie to find it, something like that. And then like we walk over by the dock, and then I like look behind me, and like there's no children behind me. So I'm like, what's happening? And so like we walked over, and then he like proposed like right with like the lake behind us, and it was so beautiful. His sister got like a whole video.
Yay, I'm glad you got some footage of it too.
And so like, but I had it in my brain that it was happening in May, because he had texted my best friend, who is my regular hairdresser and my bridal hairdresser. And he was like, oh, like I'm taking Jackie to Portland in May. Like that's our city. That's where we fell in love. And like, how do we maneuver this so like her hair is done? And Katie was like, dude, she's gonna know. Like, she's gonna. So like, I had it in my head. I was like, that's when it's happening. Like, I'll be prepared for that trip.
Yeah.
But then he did it a month early, and
smart.
That's
was this on purpose?
Yeah, like
he wanted to like get you like on the wrong trail. Like,
I think so.
On the wrong trail.
I think so, but I also think that what was in our, like what eventually was in our minds was it was almost like private. So we for a whole month, we just told our close people.
I love that too.
And that was beautiful.
Yes.
Like because him and his family own the sign company, they like had a sign right after I said yes that said like she said yes, and they rolled it down, and they had all these like stickers for like our drinks. So like and then the next day at Easter, we had to drive separately because I was staying up here for the night because I had like a work thing the next day in Boston. And so Brian was getting there after me. So I walked in and I had like a cardigan on, and I like hid my ring, and then I got there and then like was able to tell everyone, and then he popped out. Yeah. It was great. I was like, oh, like, you know, guys, I just want to like have some news for you. Like, you know, Brian is no longer my boyfriend, but because he's my fiance. And I just like, I'm such a jokester. I'm so bad like that. And my aunt that showed up later, my aunt that showed up later, we played like a bigger prank on her.
Oh, good.
And
so everyone was in on it.
Everyone was in on it. My stepdad was like outside smoking a cigarette when she got there, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Jacqueline's having a rough day." Blah blah blah. And then I go in, and we had Brian hide, and I was like, yeah, like we broke up, blah blah blah. And everyone's like, that's a bad omen. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, it's so on brand.
If you
for
know
me.
us, it's fine.
Like, if you know us, this is like, we love playing jokes on people. So yeah. And
that's
then she
hilarious.
like hit me. She was like, are you shitting me? But it was great because for a whole month, like we just told like our people. When I walked in to see my friend Katie to get my hair done a couple days later, I had like a gift for her. I think it was like a belated Christmas gift, and I handed it to her, and I put one of the stickers in the bag that said she said yes, Jackie and Brian, and then the date. So she like looked at it and was like, what?
Took a minute to process.
And then I like showed her my ring, and she like screamed, and we had so many of those little moments with people. And so that's like what made it special, is for a whole month we just kept it to ourselves, and then did the photo shoot in Portland, and then posted it and like announced it. And yeah, we were the same way with vendors. Like, we knew, because my cousin, New Image Entertainment, shout them out, they're great.
Yeah, heck yeah.
My cousin has been a DJ for them since he was in his teenage years.
Oh, whoa.
And yeah, he's 40 now.
Okay, so he knows.
He knows. Yeah. And I've always wanted him to be my DJ since I was younger.
Oh, and he knows you and your style and your music, what people are going to like at your family. Yeah, perfect.
Absolutely. So like, he did my mom's wedding. He's done all of our family. And so I knew right away, like him, and then my best friend Katie, because not only is she my bridesmaid, but
oh my God, I love it. Like, you have some of your dream team there already.
I do. Like, and
that's awesome.
That makes it, I know, like, everything's going to be perfect because I have so many people in my life that I'm like close with that are part of the team. So yeah. And now you. So yeah, I was like, all right, we need to like book a venue right away because they are booking out like,
it's crazy. Some of them 2 years now.
Yeah. Katie just told me the other day, she's like, I'm going to have to open up 2028 eventually. Like,
yeah. And it's hard to plan that far ahead.
It is.
It really is. So, and like, I mean, we even like for certain family planning or like trying to plan certain things, and I've been like careful of certain dates that I've been picking, but like I also am like can't guarantee anything. So I'm like, I also don't want to like be like no to everyone and then nothing happens.
So we were like, we gotta solidify them. So yeah, I like when we looked at venues, the final one that we looked at that we ended up picking, I like had to call both of them and be like, Jimmy, are you available on October 17th?
Call
Katie,
call the team.
I'm like, Katie, are you available on October 17th? Those are the two ones that like I need to
Yeah.
make sure we're good.
Which is amazing too, because that is like one of the most coveted
It
weekends
is.
in all of New England.
It
Is
is.
usually you get that weekend in October and then the last weekend of September
Yep.
are two of the biggest weekends. And
Yep.
I cannot believe, and
Mhm.
that's the other reason why some people for those weekends have to go sometimes, like 3
3
years.
years. Yeah. Yeah. So they were great. But yeah, I'm happy like we have them. So like, Jimmy's
Yeah.
from New Image. Katie does blonding and bridal, and she
Yeah.
owns a salon in Beverly, Golden Grace. And
I mean, your hair is always fabulous, so I was not
Thank
worried about your
you.
hair at all.
yeah.
Your hair curls, by the way, side note, so well. My hair cannot, I have natural curls.
You me
And
too.
then if I try to more of a style curl,
Yeah.
will not hold a styled curl.
Mm.
Have tried every single product, curling style.
Did you try the curly tie, sleepy tie? This is not sponsored.
If you want to,
if you want to sponsor me, I'm
Give
your
us-
biggest, I'm your biggest supporter.
we will help
Yeah,
you.
she's a Massachusetts girl too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all about that.
But
they're great.
Is this a secret that I need to know
clips-
about?
Yeah, you know, like the sock method that everyone was
that
obsessed with.
which I always say I'll do and I don't.
Yeah, so this makes it so much easier though.
Okay.
Actually, I just got Katie one yesterday when I got my hair done. I brought it to her. So you clip it on the top,
Okay.
and then it like hangs down, and it
Okay.
has like 2 scrunchies at the bottom,
so you
and
look
then like
real
ties.
sexy.
You look real sexy, like rich in life because I'm marrying a man that when I go to
sees
bed.
you and is like,
When I go to bed every night with my bonnet and my eye mask and my skin looking like it has an ice
this is
skating
the
rink
goal.
on it,
Yes,
like
this is the dream.
that's the dream. But yeah, so you like wrap it and then you put your hand in and like you pull it up and it goes.
Okay.
So your hair's like covered the whole time,
Okay.
and then you tie it. They have ties, and then you just go to like I put mine in a silk
and
bonnet
it
and I
doesn't
just sleep.
hurt or like mess
No.
up with because that's the other thing. I flop around and
I flop around. Ask Brian, like it's so bad. Like
hence the king size
the,
bed.
yeah, the poor
Because
man.
he's like, get away from me.
literally, he's like, okay, when are we getting comfortable? Like it's been half an hour.
Never.
But no, it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
I
No,
might
it's
try
great.
this.
Yeah. And I will
Ooh.
say these are extensions.
Fair.
Yep. So, but my regular hair does hold a curl like really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like this is the front pieces are my real
Yeah.
hair and they hold it.
How long are your wait, are these clip-in or like sew-in?
No, these are sewn in.
Okay, because that's the
Mhm.
other thing. I still remember from my cool high school days when I used to
The
go to
clip-ins?
Sally's and I'd wear my 18, 20-inch
Yes.
clip-ins, but I always hated it because, going from probably the length I have,
Yeah.
a little shorter actually, to wearing like 18, 20-inch clip-ins, and
Yeah.
I would not be used to long hair.
Long hair.
And then I'd be like trying to drive the car and I'd forget and it would be like pulling on
I'm
the
like-
back
you're like,
and the
"Ow."
clips. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not used to long hair.
Yeah.
And then I was like, F this, I can't.
Yeah. I like these better than clip ins.
And yours is a
Honestly.
good length. I honestly had no idea. It looks so natural.
Yeah, these are Katie can correct me, but I'm pretty sure they were
Sorry,
20
Katie.
inch. I think they were 20 inch and we like
Okay.
trimmed them a little bit.
That makes sense.
yeah,
'Cause then you
so-
can make it more natural.
Yeah, and they're
Cool.
Covey brand, which I love. They feel like real human hair.
It looks just like
yeah.
well, and it must be because then it has to be like washable
to be,
and
yeah.
everything.
It is. Yeah, it is. I love them. I know people like love Bellamy, but
Those are the ones I've heard of too.
yeah, I feel like I've heard this from a lot of people that they've changed in recent years.
Oh, makes
like
sense.
their
I mean,
formula.
yeah.
Yeah, but these are amazing. No, I've had them
Okay.
since October,
Yeah.
and no, they're great. They don't hurt. Like when you first get them sewn in, if you're going to a good person,
I'm sure
It
you're gonna
feels
feel
weird.
different. Yeah, you're not used to it. There's
not
something
used to it.
extra heavy.
It
on
took
your
me
head.
like a month. or like 3 weeks. I had like buyer's regret for like 2 weeks. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't handle this. I don't know what to do. But once you learn like how to style it, like the tips and tricks, I
Mhm.
use like a Shark, like a Dyson. I use that, and
on
then
my
I use the
list, too.
sleepy tie, and I'm
Perfect.
like fine. Like I wake up. I took it out of the sleepy tie this morning, and
Yeah.
this
And
was it.
maintenance isn't hard. It's just like regular, right?
No, yeah, you have to go every 4 to 6 weeks to get them moved up,
Okay.
and then every other time, basically, I would say that you go. So it ends up evening out to be like every 8 to 10 weeks. You have to
Okay.
she fully will take them out and then fully sew them back
Makes
in.
sense.
Like
Oh,
yesterday,
good. Letting
she
your
toned
hair
them.
breathe a little
Yeah,
bit,
it's
too.
nice. It's nice. And then like scratching your head too, because you can't really
A little massage.
do that when you have the extensions. Like you
What do
can.
you mean? I'm like, what?
So
what?
like you have to like tap your head. Like I look insane.
So like if you have like an itch, you're like banging your head. What? Okay.
Yeah, like I can scratch the top of my head, but anywhere like in between the wefts, you have to like really be careful.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm such a low maintenance girly. That might be what like unsells me.
So am I.
But you're able to do it though.
But I did it.
Okay.
And my natural hair texture is just like yours.
As easy.
And I was able to do it. And it was life
This is me
changing.
waking up and I'm like, this is what
But you
we're
could
doing
get a halo.
today.
Have you ever seen the halos? With like the fishing line?
Yes.
She does those too.
I actually had one for a little bit, but it was a cheap one because I was like trying it out and I was like, I don't know if I want to spend like
commit to it.
the big money
Yeah.
if I don't like it.
Yeah.
That one though, it was definitely like, yeah, I guess I would get it for like a night out or maybe
Like a wedding. She uses them for weddings.
I
all
was
the time.
going to say, because it definitely after a few hours, I was like, all right, this is getting annoying. And like, it starts to feel a little heavy and you're like, it just
does.
slips a little bit. So I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm done with this thing.
Yeah.
More so than I would get with like clip-ins and stuff.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
that's a good idea. I didn't think about that. Even for the wedding, maybe.
Yeah, that's what she does for weddings, like for brides that want it. Like she just does a halo and like just pins the shit out of it to make sure it stays in.
I can't believe I never fucking thought of that.
Yeah, no, but they're great. I mean, that's why I got them was because like I have PCOS, so I was like starting to experience like my hair was thinning a bit, and I was like, oh, like it's just not what it used to be, and I miss my thick hair, and so we did it, and like it took 3 weeks, but then once I got the hang of it, I was like, okay, like now I can't picture my life without them. I just took them out yesterday, and I was like,
oh, well, yeah, because I'm sure with like the length and the thickness too, taking them out, you feel probably like almost like
You feel
bald
bald.
for a minute.
Yeah, you
I
feel
was gonna
bald.
say, you're like, where is my
literally
hair?
feel bald. I'm like, she's
Oh my
like, relax, like you still have a lot of hair. It's okay.
See, that's the other thing is like almost like the addiction part of it where I was like, once I
It
start this, I'm like, there might be no turning back.
Yeah, there's not. That's why I've never gotten eyelash extensions. Like, no offense to anyone that gets them.
No, that's fair.
But like, I can't.
I'm doing my first lash lift and tint.
Those are great.
Okay, I'm doing.
Those are great.
I'm doing my first one in a couple of weeks because I was
Those
like,
are
I don't
great.
know if I'm like the full extension girly, but I was
can't.
like, that's why my friend who's esthetician was like the lash. And
That's what I did. Yeah,
she's
and
like,
they're
that's
great.
way more your speed. I'm
They're
like,
great.
I Captain.
You wake up and you just look like you have mascara on.
Oh, see, that's that. Okay, because
It's
that's
amazing.
what I want. Just
Yeah.
one less step.
Just
Again,
one less
low
step.
maintenance girly.
Low maintenance. One less step. Yeah. No, but no, I'm feeling good about everything.
Good.
Yeah. Everyone keeps asking that. They're like, how's wedding planning going? And I'm like, it's planned. Like,
Yes.
everything is booked. Now it's just like, we're very much in the season of paying everything off.
That's
Like, paying
preach.
everything,
Even I get
like-
that. Yeah.
And the way we did it was my fiance Brian's paying for like, he's doing the venue and I'm doing all the vendors. And
Okay.
it kind of
Oh,
even,
smart. That's
it,
what I was gonna
it
say.
really did even out
Pretty
like
much.
pretty evenly. And so, yeah, I think like that was the other thing about having a long engagement is being able to like look at how much things cost, look at all your pay periods and
Yeah.
say like, okay, if I do this in small amounts, like this is very manageable
Yes.
and easy. Yeah.
Yes.
We had to sacrifice, of course, like can't go out as much. And that's okay.
Yes.
Like, it's
we've
totally
switched
fine.
for some home date nights.
Yeah, like home date nights, like it's
we love
fine.
it. A
We
little
love it.
pizza and we'll watch a comedy movie. It's our
Yeah.
thing now.
Yeah, we like love it, and we just so I'm like it's fine. You know, we'll go out
Yeah.
like once a month, and
I
it's
will
fine.
say, I wish more vendors did that.
Yeah.
I have some that don't. I'm a firm believer in this. I know we've talked about it. I
Yeah.
offer this. I am a person that lets you like go into your invoice
Yep.
and pay whenever you want.
Yep. Mhm.
There are vendors that don't do that. And I guess like I don't see why.
I don't see
Because
why.
for me, I understand, and I even have it in my contract. Like mine, I think I might have just switched it to 7. It used to be 3 days before the event, the
Mhm.
payment was due.
Yep.
I'm even so loosey goosey. I'm like,
Like it's fine.
whatever. I'm like, by
Okay.
the day of. Even for me, I'm like, I've even told people this of like, Lord forbid there's an emergency.
Yeah.
Talk to me. I'm not going to not show up the day of your wedding.
Yeah.
It's going to take me a few weeks to edit anyways,
Yeah.
even if it took you a few weeks to pay me after. Like, I
Yeah.
understand life and there's certain
Yeah.
circumstances, but I never understood the like, I have a few vendors that, and I was trying to pay off a little bit at a time. And now I just have a separate savings account because
Just
it
to
was
put
like,
it
was like, it's either pay all or nothing on the invoice. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to wait, like, or I
Yeah.
don't have it right now, whatever it is, right? I just wish I could go in and be like, 200, 300, like whatever.
Yeah.
And a lot of my vendors don't.
Wow. Yeah.
That's why I offer it. Because I think of like,
love
for
that.
me and my perspective, and I'm like,
It's so
yeah, I
much
want to be
better.
able to go into the invoice.
Yeah, it's so much
Chip
easier.
away at the balance.
Yeah, and like I will say, luckily, like all the vendors we've had have been like so understanding.
Yeah.
The only one I have that's like that, which I guess does make sense to me, is like I went to go start paying our videographer, and he was super nice, and he was like, "Hey, actually, like you don't technically need to pay me anything at all until I send you your proof of your video. And once you
Oh.
approve it,
I don't even know if all videographers do that. Or
I don't
just
think
some.
so. Yeah.
No,
So
yeah,
he
that
was like,
makes
once you
sense.
say yes and you approve it, that's when you pay me, and that's when you get your full thing without
like that
the
too.
like watermarks on it. And I was like, oh, that makes perfect
That
sense.
makes sense.
And it was nice because I was
so
like,
you could
this
see the
is
product. Yeah.
yeah. I was like, one less vendor. I was like, you know what? We don't even have to worry about this until like after we come back from like we're doing a mini moon first after the wedding before our honeymoon next spring. And
Ooh, why didn't I think of Mini Moon?
my maid of honor.
I'm writing notes.
Listen,
I'm so glad you came
my
over
maid of honor gave me the idea
because we're
She's
doing our
amazing.
honeymoon delayed too. Because obviously, like, I have your wedding a few weeks later. Because
Yeah.
we still are both working. We're both wedding vendors, so
Yeah.
we're both
It's
working.
your busy season.
Yeah, we're both working. We're not going on our honeymoon until January.
That's yeah.
Why didn't I think of a weekend
Yeah.
away?
So yeah, so we're going to the
Literally.
we're going to Azores for our actual honeymoon in Portugal because Brian loves hiking. I like hiking too, but he loves hiking. He's
Yeah.
hiked over like 60 mountains at this point, probably.
Whoa.
Yeah, he did Zion, everything. He's amazing. But I wanted like relaxing beaches, like a beachy vibe.
Oh, that is kind of
Too.
the best of both worlds.
It was, yeah. So it
Yeah.
was best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Some of our local friends from Portland that we've made from going up there so often talk to us about it, and we're like, we've been there. It's amazing. It's like cheap, which is great
Yeah.
too.
I've heard nothing but good things. I've never actually
yeah.
been to the Azores. I've only been to the mainland,
I'm
but
so
I've
excited.
heard the pictures I've seen of the Azores. It's
Beautiful.
gorgeous.
Yeah, we're gonna do a week in Madeira, like I think
Yeah.
it's on the mainland in Portugal, and then a week in the Azores. Yeah, and that's in next May
I'm gonna be
2027.
stalking you.
Yeah, I'll send you
I've
all the
been
pictures.
so homesick. So
Like-
anytime someone says Portugal, I'm like, I just want to like.
I
Go
just want to go back. Yeah,
Oh, man.
so yeah, we're doing that. But then our mini moon is a couple like 2 weeks after our wedding. We're going, I think, like end of October to the beginning. Yeah, we're coming back like November 2nd. I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
November
'cause that would be
2nd.
the end of the month.
Yeah, and we fellow emo kids here. We're going to the Halloween show at the Hollywood Bowl for My Chemical Romance.
Are you kidding?
Dead serious.
Wait,
It was Brian's idea.
what?
I'm obsessed.
When you first said emo kid, I thought you were going to see. I go up to Portland a couple of times a year because my friends are all in Portland, and we all do emo night there.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
So that's what I thought you were going to say. But that's yours is way
No.
better.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
the
I'm excited.
actual-
I'm so excited. Yeah.
How much were those tickets?
Not bad at all.
Oh, good.
Like,
They were like, they
whatsoever.
probably price capped them. They're good about I feel like they would be good about
Other
that.
states are so great about,
Yeah.
like Maine just passed a law that you can't resell your tickets for more than 25% more, which like
wish
amazing.
we
Chef's
will
kiss,
catch-
love Maine. But
wish we
yeah,
will catch
no,
on.
I also am pretty blessed. I do have an old friend that works for Live Nation now.
Okay.
And
Hey, it helps
whenever,
to know
and he lives out
someone.
in LA, so we're gonna see him and his wife when we're out there. But like whenever he can, he always tries to help me out.
Yeah.
Like, and he's amazing.
I also do feel like for some reason, and maybe I'm wrong on this, so I'm sorry if I piss anyone off. From what I've heard, because I have some friends that are out in Cali, it does seem that experiences like that can end up being a little cheaper. I don't know if it's just because maybe more of the artists live out there, so it's like
Yeah.
less flying travel. I don't know what it is. It
Oh.
just for some reason concerts seem to be
yeah.
more accessible and cheaper out there.
Yeah, I mean, like, even we went to Bangor, Maine,
Yeah.
which is like a hike. You're basically almost in Canada.
That's almost the end.
It's-
There's not many people that
it
go
was like-
past.
It's bad. Like, we went to Tim Hortons for breakfast.
What
Like,
else is there?
what else is there?
There's nothing else.
But like, we love Jordan Davis, and he's a country singer.
Yeah.
And we in Boston, the tickets were $189 each to
I
see
bet.
him
Where was it in Boston?
at the
TD?
pavilion
Oh,
with
okay.
the water. Yeah, in Bangor, they were $89
That's
each.
worth the drive.
Yeah, I
That's
was like,
worth some gas.
and we love Maine, so I was like, let's
The
just do it.
maths.
Yeah, it was fine. But yeah, no, I think like I really do think that it like cost wise, it makes
Mm.
such a difference to have that.
We are just
schedule.
a very, and I mean, for some reason, I mean, it's not some reason, there's a lot of reasons, but we are just a very expensive cost of living area of the
this
country.
is-
Just this
yeah,
little
Massachusetts.
bubble.
It's, like,
It's
blessed to live here, but-
yeah, Boston, Massachusetts, and Boston specifically is
It's hard.
yeah,
It's
crazy.
really hard. Yeah, it is. So like
we're struggling out here.
we're struggling. Like, and I even remember thinking like, can we even
We were just
have a
talking about this
wedding?
off camera
Yeah.
about like salaries, and it like might not. You don't want people to know. It might not seem crazy, but like it's not like we're in the Taj Mahal here.
Yeah, no, like, and yeah, no, I think it's hard here. I mean, I remember thinking at the beginning, like, can we even have a wedding?
Yeah.
Because like,
Oh my god, same. And
Like,
I'm a vendor.
and
Yeah.
you're a vendor. Like we looked at 4 venues. The first 3 venues we looked at were like wedding venues.
One of those like all-in-one kind of places,
like very
a Wedgwood.
yeah,
kind of,
like
yeah,
very like we are wedding venues. We are like
Yes.
specific to this. And then the
That is,
last
like,
one we
their
looked at,
well-oiled
yeah,
machine.
that's like
Yeah.
their thing. And the last one we looked at was a private golf club.
Okay,
And they were the cheapest and the nicest.
that's surprising.
And the girl, her name's also Taylor.
Yeah.
She's been a wedding coordinator at Bellevue for years. And she was like the most down to earth coordinator we met with
Yeah.
out of all 4 venues.
Something with the name Taylor.
Yep, something about it. And she like, I felt like we just vibed really well.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like I was getting a car salesman pitch. And it really did have everything we
Yeah.
want. I would have never thought in a million years I would get married at
I
a
was
golf
gonna
club.
say, because usually a golf club, or if you hear that, it just usually is more expensive too.
It wasn't. It was the cheapest one and the
That's
nicest
crazy.
one. And so like that's another thing I've been telling people is like, go outside your comfort zone with it.
Mhm.
Like, don't just have your heart set on wedding specific venues
Yep.
because they do upcharge so much. I mean,
Yeah.
what we're spending total, I believe, is like what the venues started at.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I'm like,
And a lot
can't.
of it goes into your decor.
it does.
You
It
could
does.
have a golf, even if the golf course vibe wasn't your vision,
Mhm.
you might like. You would be shocked that it's even there because
Yep.
of how you decorate it
Yeah.
or things like that.
Yeah. And the room
So-
was beautiful. The
Yeah.
greenery was beautiful. Their florals outside were
Yeah.
gorgeous there. Like, they were so nice. So
that takes off some of the work for you.
It
If they
does.
just have some of it out
they just
there.
have it. I'm like, okay, yeah. And they have like decorations. She's like, you can use ours if you want. Some
Yeah.
pick and choose, like use some of yours, some of ours. Like, yeah, no, they were great. That's like another huge thing. So when we like we booked it like that day.
Wow, that says
yeah.
something big to me. Like
We
as
did.
a vendor, the fact that you like saw a place and you were so confident enough
Yeah.
to say that day, that's
Right,
like
yeah, right then.
huge
It was
green
huge.
flag.
There was like, I'm really big into like signs.
Yes.
And it was my Nana's birthday, and she had passed away on her birthday in 2022 on June 7th. So it was her birthday that day. We were viewing the venue that day. When we were in,
lining.
when we were in the venue, they played a Frank Sinatra song, her favorite, a Jonas Brothers song, one of my favorites, and a Taylor Swift song, also one of my favorites. And I just like looked at
You were
Brian
like,
and I was like, I don't know. I think this, and he
Here
like
it
felt
is.
the same way.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think this is it. So yeah, like we booked it that day. We were like, what do we need to do for a deposit? And that was another thing about them that I loved. Like, you put $500 down. You don't know anything until 2 days before your wedding.
I like that. So
Yeah.
it's almost like the same
But
thing
you
as me.
can pay.
Yeah.
But like you can't.
Right,
She's
you
like,
can
you can come
chip away.
Yeah, she's like, just call me and I'll take your card on the phone and like you can chip away at it.
Yeah.
They included a tasting for 2, and then we got to bring our moms too.
Oh,
And
that's
they
a fun one.
and they just added it to our bill.
Perfect.
So we were like ready to pay as if you would at a restaurant.
Right.
And she was like, no, just leave a tip.
It's almost like when you're on a cruise
it's like,
ship. If you've
cool.
ever done that, I love it.
I've never been on a cruise.
Oh,
My mother-in-law really wants to go on one with all of us, and I'm like,
and it might. I'm
don't
pretty
wanna
sure
go.
they still do it like this. I just remember I've been on a few. One side note story. One when I was a kid, but like you could charge to your room. So I was a kid running
Oh.
around the ship, and I'd be like,
charge it to the
I'd be
room.
like, can I get a Shirley Temple? And then they'd be like, okay, do you have cash? And I'm like, no, I'm in room 447. And they're like, okay. And then when we go to leave the boat, my dad got like a $3,000 extra tab.
oh my
That
god,
was not expected. On top of their own like shenanigans and gambling.
Yeah.
So I think it was just like adding insult to injury. So
It's like,
if it
oh.
was just, if he maybe won some money, didn't lose, and wasn't as upset,
yeah,
he might have been a little less sore about it.
Oh,
But he was like, what the fuck? And
yeah,
I was like,
what's going
just
on?
getting Shirley Temples and all on the
I
boat,
love that.
just charging it to my room. I thought I was like Eloise. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Running around.
Because my mom was like, if you need anything in an emergency. And I was like, oh, I got it.
Shirley
Like,
Temple is an emergency, Mom.
at all the time.
I need a drink.
I was really thirsty. It's
yeah, I
hot.
was thirsty. It's hot on
We're
this
in the middle of
boat.
the ocean in the sun. Like, it's
Yeah.
hot. But yeah, that's so funny because
Yeah.
I loved that. Like, charge it to the room later. But then, yeah,
Yeah.
my dad got the big bill later. It was
You're
like,
oh, love that.
but that is something that I wish more vendors did.
I do. I really
Yeah.
do. I love that. It's like every time I get paid, I have a reminder on my phone.
Yeah.
And I go in, like, I pay money to you.
And that's a smart way
everyone
to
else.
do it because, and I've
Yeah.
talked about this with you probably and with everyone else, and we're all still living lives. We also have bills to pay. We all
Yeah.
still have things that we're paying for going on. So I would say the most average couple, I mean, I'm sure there are some people that could just start writing checks one day,
Yeah.
but most average couples, I would say, or at least the people that I work with and the people that I want to work with, are not just going to be able to write $50,000 in
No.
a check that day, and like
Yeah.
you know, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
No, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It really is. And I think like finding creative solutions, something, and I'll have to like show you the video, something that I found on like joining the bridal pages.
Mm.
That was huge too. So I joined them when my mom got married because I was her maid of honor in 2023. So I had just stayed on them
Smart.
even when I was like
I've
single
been in
and
them
whatever.
for years, yeah.
I just stayed on them and I found like so many good tips. And one, I got so much crap for her wedding that like was secondhand and
Smart.
was beautiful. And now I'm
Yeah,
going to
you
use
get
because
them
she
cheaper,
kept it. Yeah. So something I found was using fake flowers bouquets for the bridesmaids.
One of these boxes is
Yeah.
fake flowers in them.
So
yeah.
I ordered from Etsy and it came. I did one. Brian was like, just get one, see
Smart.
if we like it.
Test it.
And then if not, like whatever, we have a cute bouquet we can put on our table. But we loved it. And so, yeah, she was a lady in Canada. I think it was like Ladybird CA on Etsy. And she was able to like tailor it more to our like colors and stuff. So that was a huge cost savings right there.
Yeah.
Because like per bouquet, I think at my mom's was a lot.
Expensive.
They're expensive. Like it's a lot, and they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think florists are such talented people. But like for the girls and the guys, we don't need fresh flowers. It's okay. And I also think it's cool that like each bridesmaid and groomsman now have like a little thing that they can take home. From the wedding. And my flowers will be fresh because we're going to do the whole like press them in a frame thing. Like, but that was like a huge cost savings right there. I think I saved a good $50 per bridesmaid.
Oh, absolutely. And that adds up. And there's a lot of alternatives. I've seen people who have done, and there's a couple of people on Etsy that I know. One of my brides does like the wooden flowers.
Yeah.
So that's an option where it's like beautiful. It's like bouquets and it's like roses, but it's literally like whittled wood.
It's so cool.
And it's gorgeous. And then it's the paint. Oh my God, it's amazing.
It's
and I've
beautiful.
seen those. So there's a lot of different alternative options.
Yeah.
Florals is one thing that we are doing a little alternatively, but also is something that we're paying attention to because he is a florist. So, but like, again, saving money, and also I just didn't find it necessary. I'm like, all of my girls for me didn't need like big, huge bouquets. I was like, that's silly. Like maybe something for photos. Yeah. But like you put them down after.
You put them down. Like they're on your trip.
I'm not, I was like, I'm not. And I was like, I love you all dearly.
Yeah.
I'm not spending $300-$400 a pop on bouquets for you.
Yeah. No.
Not doing it.
Yeah. So I think, like creative
I'd
solutions
rather
have
buy
been
you
good.
a gift for that damn
That's
price.
what I said. Yeah. Creative solutions have been good.
Yes.
Like just trying to find cheap ways to do everything.
So I'm curious, have you found anything difficult with wedding planning? What's been hard so far? Because it sounds like we've had a lot of positive, which is good.
A lot of positive.
But what have you found that's been maybe like harder part of the experience, or maybe that you didn't expect it to be, but you found it to be? Is there anything that you found like that?
I would say the little details, like deciding, do you want napkins that have your like cocktail napkins that you have your name on them, and like little details like that. And then I think like you get like fatigue too, because like the minute
decision paralysis is a common theme.
It is. And like the minute you're on your algorithm on Instagram or TikTok switches to Brad Talk,
oh my God, you get sucked in.
It's like fatigue,
inundated,
and it's like, should I do that? Should I do that? Like, I don't know. That was, I think, the big one for me was that, because then like poor Brian, I'm just like throwing all these. I'm like, I saw this on TikTok and that on TikTok, and he's like, okay. So we saw
love them. They're the
TikTok.
filter. Yeah, they help filter things through. That's
I think that was difficult. I think designing the wedding invitations was a little difficult too.
I also had a hard time with that.
And then I just like tried to remind myself like it is just an invitation.
Yeah.
Like yes, it's important.
Yeah.
But like it is just an invitation. It's
also
okay.
So many options I did not realize.
So many options. Like I think that
stationery
was
and cardstock was also something I underestimated. It was just a part of the industry that I just like.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't really pay attention to or like understand, but that's also
it's a lot. I mean, I did have save the dates on Walmart.
Smart.
Like I designed them.
There's
for Walmart.
so many options now for different ones.
They're great. I think I spent more than what I should have because I accidentally ordered too many.
We also ran into that.
I'm like, wait.
I thought I ordered like 10 over that was needed, and I have like 30 somehow. I'm like, what did I do? Where did my math?
I'm like, we have we have a 90 guest wedding, so I need 80 or like 90, right?
Yeah, so you're close to me.
I only needed like 40. I was like, because of all the households. Like,
oh my God,
like my sister-in-law, for example,
wrong too.
That encompasses 6 people in her household between her husband, and her 4 children who are all in our wedding.
Shit. I can't believe that's what it was. And it just hit me because literally we just got our invitations recently.
Mm-hmm.
I went through them and
I had so many.
Well, because I have like a box that I'm using. So all the save the dates were in there.
Yeah.
And I sent out the save the dates. I like marked off all those people. And I'm like, okay, now I have to like mark off doing the invitations.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking and I'm like, how do I have this much save the dates? Like a thick ass stack.
So much of them.
And I'm like, there's no way, because I purposely, because again, it was expensive. I didn't want to order way more than needed.
Yep.
You want a few extras maybe in case some get ruined, some pictures, whatever.
Yep.
I cannot believe it just dawned on me. I was counting per person, not per household for the invitations.
Mm-hmm. I sure did that.
Holy... I sure did that twice.
So I did it.
I won't do it with the thank you cards.
Yeah,
this is where I will learn my lesson. Yeah. Oh my God, I cannot believe I just realized that.
And then I overbought stamps.
Yes. Well, that's like one thing you can always keep.
I kept them and I used them for our Christmas cards. But then I did the same thing for the Christmas cards. Like I ordered too many. And I was like, it is what it is.
We're learning.
Like, it's fine. Like,
we're learning how to be adults.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's my first time. I don't know, really.
We've never sent out cards before. Yeah. We'll figure it out.
I was like, it's okay. But yeah, that, and I feel like deciding on food was pretty easy when we did our tasting.
Yeah.
And
it's included through them.
Yes.
So that makes it easier.
It made it a lot easier. Yeah. The cake's even included through them, which is cool. Yeah. So we're, my friend.
A little one-stop shopping.
Yeah. No, they're like, they've been so good. So we're just getting like a small little cake from my friend Alex, who's a baker. She's just going to make us a little thing.
We're doing Wegmans.
I love Wegmans. Yeah. They're great. Like, they're such a good bakery.
Yeah.
Like,
we love their sweet treats. So we're like, we love to enjoy them on a Friday night. So we're like, this is the perfect homage. Perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry for the bakers that I'm upsetting, but yeah, we're doing Wegmans.
Like, they're great though. And I love them. I miss living near them.
You can choose, and especially for them, like, we're doing the more popular now, like the little small round cake for us. And they give you so many options for fillings in there and like actual fruit and stuff too. And I was like, I'm like, this is getting more options than bakers. And then it was like, total was like $40.
Yeah.
I was like, done.
Yeah, done.
Order it now.
Like, incredible. Yeah. I mean, and I think that's the other thing too that was really hard was there was certain things that I like wanted that ended up being just like insanely priced. And I think
there's things that even it out.
Yeah. And I'm like, I can't justify spending $600 to $800 on a tower of macaroons and only for like 80. I mean, they're great. And I love the bakery that I usually get them from. But like, for 80 of them it was so much money.
That
happened
like, to me. There was a specialty cookie shop that I'm obsessed with in Boston. And I asked them for like events, like, how much do you charge? And it was going to be just to feed like, it was so essentially like 40 cookies was going to cost me hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, I can't justify
we're just going to BJ's bulk it, my guy. Like, I'm sorry. I love your specialty deluxe cookies.
But I can't.
BJ's is also great.
Yeah. I did those for our engagement party.
Price is right for me.
BJ's. It's like cupcakes. Put edible glitter on top.
Such a great,
boom.
What a good idea.
Yeah. That's what I did. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I have one more wedding question for you, and then we're going to jump into your life a little bit more. But one other question I have for you, because I'm very curious, I don't always get to ask this, and I think this is good perspective for us vendors to have. Since you've had this wedding planning journey, since you've talked to vendors when you were in the planning process, even when you were trying to decide between multiple photographers, whatever it was, what is something that you wish vendors could know? If there's one thing, like a tip you could tell the vendors from the bride side, from the couple side, is it maybe, let us pay the invoice, whatever it is, whatever it could be.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that it? Yeah.
I would say something I ran into at the beginning at first was like not hearing back from people.
This shocks me when I hear this. I don't get it.
And I mean, I as a working professional,
we have lives. I get it. Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll always give benefit of the doubt, like 5 to 7 business days. So
you're
like
even
2
nicer
weeks.
than me.
Yeah. Like I get it.
That's
like
way too long.
Yeah, it's a long time. What I found was that when I got an automatic email that was like, we got your inquiry, we'll get back to you in X amount of days, like the people that had those, I felt like I ended up getting responses from. Whereas the ones where I would just like send it out and never get anything back.
Interesting.
And then a lot of the times, I know this is a huge thing that vendors say that like, oh, like sometimes they go into spam folders, like their responses.
That's true.
That happens a lot.
That's fair.
So I think like what I would say is like being really upfront and like answering people within 5 days. It's already like really stressful and you feel like you have to book
Yep.
people because everything's booking up. So it's like a very much state of anxiety for like the 2 months that you're booking everything and being like, am I going to be able to do this? You know, is this going to work? Are they going to answer me?
Are they going to be available still?
Are they
There's so
going to
many
be available?
questions.
Yeah. And so I would say response times
Yep.
would be like, if it could be a harsh like 5 days,
Okay.
that'd be amazing. And then like offering, like working with people, like
Yeah.
offering payment plans and saying
More reasonable expectations. Yeah, for payment.
And
I
just
get that.
ask like what works for you. Like we hired a separate wedding coordinator and she's been awesome.
Now, are
And-
you doing wedding? Because I can't believe I haven't even asked you this, which I'm like, now I should know. Is it like wedding coordinator? Is it like day of, month of? Because it gets really specific.
Yeah, so she'll be there the day of,
Okay.
and I think at the rehearsal dinner I have to
Yeah.
talk to her, but then she gives you support throughout your
Oh,
planning
nice.
process.
Okay,
Like
good.
we'll have a Zoom with her in a couple months
Good.
and we'll check in. She checks in with us, like, how's it going? Like, do you need,
Good.
like, you did like vendor recommendations. But like, the payment plan she puts you on, like she just does it. And I had reached out to her and was like, hey, if possible, instead of the payment plan I think was every other month, I
Yeah.
was like, can I do like every 2 weeks and just
Chip away at it.
chip
Yeah.
away at it quicker,
Yeah.
and this will have it paid off sooner? And she was like, yeah. So I feel like just being more upfront of them just saying like, hey,
Right.
we understand that this is a very expensive season of your life.
Yes.
We are willing to work with you however we can, as long as the balance is paid, if that's their policy,
right.
X amount of days before your wedding.
Fair. That's what I would think too. As long as it's balance is paid by a certain date, who cares what
Yeah.
road leads to that?
Yeah, like really, like, and so I think that would be great. And
As a business owner, I would think we would like it better because it's smaller for the fees.
increments, yeah.
Well, and because we get charged fees every time too.
Right?
Yeah, so like if you're like, I use Stripe, which is basically Squarespace's competitor.
Yeah.
But if you're using basically any third party service, which is pretty much anything to take
Mhm.
payment, a card, anything in the system, we all get
Yeah.
3% fees. So imagine you just send me a payment over of $200, 3% on that, or you're paying your final balance of $3,000 and it's 3% of that.
Yeah, that's way worse.
I mean, eventually it kind of like
It evens
out,
Yeah,
but
still.
it doesn't hit us. It doesn't hurt the egos.
Or even like what you said of like, if you need to Venmo, like that's fine too. Like,
right. I just
you know,
manually mark it on the
yeah. So like just like flexibility wise, I
Right.
think is great. I do. I think that's awesome. I think like contracts are really cool too. I know like some people we don't use them and we just have like our
Which
messages.
is crazy.
It's like crazy in writing, but like I've known them for a long time, so I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
For anyone else that you don't know, I would even argue people that you do know just in case
Yeah.
you don't want to get friendships ruined
You
over
never
like
know.
disputes. So at least you
Yeah.
have something
You
in
have
writing. Because it's
something.
always it's there to protect the other person as much as it is to protect you though too.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Mhm.
just always the person where like if something goes wrong, that way there's no discrepancies because I'm like it's in writing for
It's in
everyone.
writing
Like
now.
there's no he
Yeah.
said, she said, what's going on. I'm like that. It is what it is.
Yeah, no, I think that's it though. I mean, luckily, like, knock on wood, wood,
Marble, fake
marble,
wood.
fake
Yeah.
wood. Knock on wood. We've had
Again, bougie apartment.
we've had like great vendors that have worked with us. Frankly, the ones that like weren't responsive, weren't upfront, or weren't willing to like work with us when it came to payment plans, we were
Yeah.
like, hey, and like that's not it. And also like what was big for us was, I think, booking vendors that we vibed with and
Yeah.
who had similar values to us
Yeah.
and like aligned with us in those ways. That was really important to me. And just making sure that like the wedding space itself felt safe for everyone that was attending.
Huge.
Yeah, so that was big for me. And like Brian was pretty aligned with that as well. Like, so yeah, I think that was huge too. Yeah.
That's huge.
And like getting, I don't want to say blacklisted, but I feel like some people can be like, oh, you align this way, I'm not supporting you. It's weird.
No, that's
hard.
fair. That's been a hard subject too because
It's hard.
I don't even know if I'll get into it.
Yeah, no, you don't have
But I
to.
don't have enough caffeine in me for that one.
No, that was us though. Like we really appreciated like anyone that like had that out there and like
Yeah.
aligned with us. That was huge. Especially just given my family and my friends that I have. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Well, a little transition because we get to talk about wedding, but I want to talk about you a little bit too. So, what is it that you do for work exactly? Because I know a little bit, but I'm also just curious myself. Because I'm like, I think I know, but I also don't know.
I feel like that's what everyone, even my friends, say that about me.
Do
They've known me
actually
forever. Yeah. So a little backstory: I worked in pharmacy. I was a pharmacy tech.
Wow.
Rite Aid was my first job when I was 16. So I just like gradually moved into pharmacy when I turned 18.
Yeah.
I quickly realized.
Crazy field, by the way.
Crazy field.
Someone who has dealt with some of the pharmacy world.
Yeah, it's crazy. I quickly realized the option was like go to pharmacy school, and
which is what, like average 7 or 6 years or something?
No, it's like it can be 8 or more.
Whoa,
Yeah,
okay.
it can be a long. So and it's so expensive.
Yes,
so like
I've
it was
heard.
either that or like be a pharmacy tech, and
Right.
I knew I could never like survive off of that pay.
Fair.
So I ended up getting a job in facilities. It was like my first like big girl office job in 2015, and I worked in that field for like a couple until 2020. Being a woman in the facilities field was not easy. Luckily, like
only imagine.
it was hard. Luckily, I was always surrounded by men that were really uplifting
okay,
and awesome. Like always had great bosses, like direct bosses.
Oh.
Yeah, so like that was great. I still keep in touch with a lot of them, but COVID hit and people were not in the city anymore, and they didn't.
I was
really,
gonna say, that it hit that
you didn't need
industry
it.
hard.
It hit the industry hard. Like, and I get like you're gonna trim the people that maybe you don't need there. So like me as a facilities supervisor, coordinator, or manager, which I was when I left, you are gonna keep your guys that are there to fix shit, not the person that's like
boots on the ground. Yeah,
like you're not, and that was fine. So yeah, like I've always worked in restaurants too as like part time. So I was working at a 99, and I stayed on. Yeah, they're great. They're great.
Popcorn.
They're one of like the only corporate places I've ever worked like served at, and they were great to work for.
And correct me if I'm wrong. That's a very New England chain.
It is
correct?
a very New England
that's
chain.
What I thought.
Yes, it was started in Charlestown.
God, I haven't been. Well, God, the last time I went to one, we went on a dinner date there because there used to be one when we lived in Londonderry, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
There was one. Could throw a rock from my house.
The Salem one or the Londonderry one?
The Londonderry one.
Yeah, okay.
It's like right behind like a Home Depot.
Yeah.
That was actually essentially my backyard.
Yeah.
So we would do dinner
Amazing.
dates. Sometimes it would be just like a random night, and like you didn't want to
just
cook.
go.
We're like,
So 99. And like you can go in there and get like good quality food for a good price.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
And again, like I said, that popcorn,
that's so good.
I don't think it's anything crazy. I don't think it's some secret ingredient. It's
there's
probably,
not.
just to me, there's something.
It's so good though.
It's just because it's in the atmosphere of the 99 that it's been touched by
and
it.
the butter,
I'm like,
the butter, the salt. Yeah, no, it is. It's so good. I worked for them for about 3.5 maybe 4 years. And so I just stayed doing that during COVID and like collected unemployment like most people.
That's okay.
And a woman that I had known from my stepdaughter's school came to the 99 and she was like, how you doing? And I was like, well, I'm serving tables.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, thanks for asking. We've been open for 2 weeks. I'm serving tables in a parking lot with no tent, and it's 90 degrees outside, and I look like a zookeeper. Like I look like a zookeeper in this outfit because they let us change the uniform. So she was like, well, I think you have the background from your previous office jobs to maybe work for where I work.
Okay.
So she worked for Metro Housing Boston. They're a nonprofit regional administering agency that does like leased housing, so Section 8, all things vouchers, MRVP, like all that.
Yeah.
And then they also have other programs like around financial literacy. They do home base, which is like emergency housing program, and then they had a program called Raft, which is awesome. And so that's the one that she was like, oh, they need case managers. So after a couple months of interviewing, everyone like kind of had to figure out how do we onboard and hire people. I started there. It was so I started there summer 2020. And never in a million years did I expect to fall in love with the work the way that I did. But I did, and I quickly grew there to a regular manager. And then eventually I was the training and development manager for the program, for the department there. And I was there for 4 years. And then the the opportunity presented itself for me to work in the same program,
Yeah.
but at the state level.
Yeah.
And I just have like bad imposter syndrome. So I was like, oh, I'm
Preach.
like, I'm never going to get this. Like, it's fine, but I'll apply. And I did. And I've been there. Yeah.
See?
I've been there for
We all doubt
2
ourselves.
years. Yeah. 2 years at the state and 1 promotion. So yeah, I still get to like help run the 2 programs, RAFT and HCC, which stands for Housing Consumer Education Center, which is like just educating folks on housing, your rights as a tenant, your rights as a landlord, housing search, stuff like that. And then RAFT is a very targeted homelessness prevention program that helps folks with like rental arrears, mortgage arrears, utility arrears. Like it really meets people where
There's a
they're
lot of
at.
resources that
It is.
so a lot of people can utilize.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's amazing. And the program's been around for a really long time and it's grown so much. So I always say like a good thing to come out of COVID was that I think legislature here, like, and everyone in government realized like this is such an important program that can really help people. And so it grew and the work is amazing. Working at Metro and being in Roxbury, my first 7 months there was remote, but then the rest of my time there, like the 3.5 years, was all in person. And yeah, I mean, it was the most rewarding job I've ever had. It still is, even though I'm a little more disconnected. But I still get to go back to where I came from and go back there and see all the people that I worked with, which I love. So yeah, I mean, I work to help run that program. I'm on a team. I supervise 2 folks, and then we have our whole team, I think, is 10 people, and we all just kind of help keep the machine running. And there's agencies like Metro, there's 11 of them across the state. So we oversee all of those. And I mean, it's awesome. Yeah, it's amazing. I love it.
This actually inspired me for a question that I didn't prepare you for.
It's okay.
And I'm going to try to think of my wording carefully because I know also there's probably certain things you can say and certain things you can't. I'm not shy about my political beliefs, but I'm just very curious. Also, just more from a curiosity point, and like I've been wanting to, not even just wanting to, I have been trying to a little bit more in New Hampshire, I should say. I've been getting involved in more programs and things under that umbrella. Just I've been wanting to give back, help more.
Yeah.
I know with this administration, some things have been a little crazy. Maybe some funding things like that. What can a person like me do to help out? Would it just be spreading the word? Is it a donation? Is it volunteering? What can like the average person do to help their community, to like help? Like, what would you give advice on?
Yeah, I would say like New Hampshire is tricky because they're definitely,
Don't I know?
they're definitely a little more red.
So that's why I'm like, what can I do here where I live?
Yeah, and
New
even
Hampshire,
it's hard. And even when we had a Republican governor, Charlie Baker, he was amazing. I loved Charlie. He was
I was
great.
gonna say, we were just talking about this. We
him.
missed the like the Charlie Baker and Menino days. They seem to work really well together. It was a magical melody. Me and my fiance were just talking about this.
They did.
Gosh, we miss them boys.
I don't know. And I've met him twice. He was awesome. Like
he seems just like also seems just kind of like a funny dude. Like he would crack a funny joke.
Like he's so nice. And no, he was great. And
Charlie, if you're watching this,
run for president, please.
Come on the pod, man. I'll interview you.
Yeah, literally. Both very important things.
One a little bit more.
But yeah, I would say honestly, like in local community, there are so many nonprofits that make a difference.
Well, that's the thing. Sometimes I'm like overwhelmed because there's so many programs and I'm like, I don't know where to
There's a lot. I would say finding a nonprofit that does do many different programs.
Oh, that's a good thing. Okay,
is really great. And that's what I liked about working for like an REA was, okay, like we don't just help folks with their housing and their rental subsidies or emergency assistance. We also teach people financial literacy that so many people grew up with and didn't get. Tenant rights.
Right. That's what I mean. There's so many resources. And then like even just my favorite part of the year was like just the winter coat drive, like giving children winter coats. So yeah, I would say like looking at nonprofits that do a lot of different things. One, and then two, if you find one that like does maybe just have one specific mission, but if you align with it a lot,
I would say that's great. Cradles to Crayons is awesome too.
Ooh,
like,
okay. That one sounds familiar too.
Yeah, they're, I believe, I want to say they have definitely a location, I think, in Waltham, but they're local. But yeah, I would just say like getting involved in that. I think when people think of volunteering, they think like, okay, I'm going to go to a soup kitchen and I'm going to.
And I've done that. And that's, I think, what I think.
Great.
I think of those more like the boots on the ground, hands-on experience.
Which is great and it's awesome.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe like whether it would be donation or like, is there something like spreading the word? Like
I think spreading the word for sure.
Probably the biggest thing.
And I think like donations too. A lot of nonprofits have like a yearly fundraising event that you pay money, like a ticket.
It's like almost like a gala or something.
It's a gala. It's kind of like a gala. Yeah. Some of them call it galas. Like I've been to a few that like some agencies are like, oh, this is our yearly gala, and others are like, this is our just yearly fundraising event.
Right.
But going to those are like really fun though. Because
I've seen some of them put on a fun, like a fun shindig. Yeah.
The one that Brian and I went to in 2024 was at Fenway Park.
Oh, like, that's a good
and that was
venue.
So much fun. Yeah, like it's so fun. And so it's like, when else are we gonna get to come to Fenway, be in their event space? So like that was fun. And you bid on things. Like some of them have like you bid on trips and you bid on like baskets or certain items, like, which is awesome. And you know that your money is going to a good place. Another huge resource that I learned about in school when I did the Suffolk nonprofit program was GuideStar is a really cool resource. GuideStar, you go online and you can look up a nonprofit and look at their financials, see how legit they are. Which is huge. It's huge.
So this is the vetting system that I was almost going to say, like, how do you know it's legit? How do I Snopes it out?
Exactly. Because anybody, I mean, it's sad, but I I have seen nonprofits be fake and like not real. Yeah. And they're
you want to make sure your money is going to actually what it says it's going to and all that. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So GuideStar
is great.
Online.
Yep, it's great. You have to like create an account. There is like a paid feature for it, but like I've never needed it. You just like you're just limited to like how many you can search in a certain period, which is fine.
How many you're gonna need.
Yeah, I think like that's a good thing too, is like if you find a local nonprofit that you're like, okay, I think I want to either donate, go to their yearly event, which also is donating because you're paying for a ticket that's going to it, or I want to volunteer there, but like, do I know if they're legit? Right. Especially really small local ones and even big ones too, right? Like, you know, those ones have been known for embezzlement and stuff like that. So yeah, I would go to GuideStar and look, and you can look at their financials, look at their rating and like how legit they are. That's a huge resource too. So yeah, and just spreading the word. I mean, nobody knew about the program that I work for so many years until COVID, and then it was plastered all over billboards in Massachusetts. Like, you need help,
as it should have been.
As it should have been all along. But yeah, I think like that, like just getting out there. I think even you as a vendor, a lot of these nonprofits will love photographers at their events, but like maybe can't afford to pay a lot. And so even just like donating time in that sense of you're still getting to do something you love and like capturing a different vibe than what maybe you're used to.
Absolutely.
But
I encourage photographers, please. I actually did something recently. So Easter Seals, which that's where my daughter is under their umbrella. She's in their New Hampshire location. So they, for their gala for 2020, this is going back 2024, their gala, they reached out to me and I offered some stuff for their raffle. So that way people could bid and donate, and then they would be getting a free family session out of it. And so different families. So it was fun to be able to reach out, things like that. So if there's any photographers listening or watching to this, that's a great way to donate to some fundraisers and to some profits like that. And for me, it hit home because then it was like certain families too, and I was giving back. So it felt great. Not that was the reason for it, you know. I was like, that sounds cool.
Good though. Yeah.
And I wanted to I can't always give back in the way I want to with my daughter living there. So this was a nice way to give back to them.
It is.
But there's so many programs and stuff like that. So that's a great way too. Or just photographing the event. You can donate your time and services for the gala and photograph the event and for a good cause.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah, no, and it's like a
That's
couple
great.
hours out of your time,
Yeah.
and like
fun. Maybe get some good free
so much
food out of
fun.
it.
You learn a lot. Like you learn a lot. I mean, the MC at the one that Brian and I went to a couple years ago at Fenway was Amaka Umbaka from I think Channel 7.
Yeah,
Yeah, Channel 5 or 7. I always forget which
I
one
was
she's
gonna
on.
say I think it's
It might be 5.
5.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
I'm like,
I'm not sure. It might. Yeah, I'm not. But anyways,
we made it up.
She's awesome.
It's a different number
Yeah,
completely.
right. She's awesome, and she was like the MC. So like getting to meet her. So like then you're also creating like
You're networking.
networking
Yeah.
connections. Brian
big
did that
on
when we were there
networking.
for his business. Like he networked and yeah, no, but it's great. I think like
Oh my
especially
gosh.
as a vendor.
Brian, we gotta get him on too.
Yeah.
I gotta chat with him about the business and the signs and everything
Oh, he'll be an interesting guest.
We'll just talk about our shirt
He's
the
a
whole
yapper
time.
too. No, you'll talk about Lord of the Rings, which I just finished, by the way, finally for the first time. I
Okay.
watched all 3 movies.
I have so many questions, but it could be a whole different podcast.
All different
Did you
things.
do it? My only question was, did you do it in like a marathon run or did you like spread it out?
We spread it out.
Oh,
I
I kind
had
of love
to.
that, but I don't. Okay,
I
that's,
had to spread it out.
it's a lot. Okay,
It was a lot.
I lied. I'm taking back my first question. My real question for you: did you watch the extended version?
No.
Okay,
I know.
That's
I
fair.
know.
I feel like if you're gonna do it, just do it.
I know.
Just go all in because
Yeah.
there is so much extra I just turned my mic off. No, I didn't. There's so much extra context.
Yeah,
I feel
mine's
like
still
it gives you. No, I can see
I'm
your
good.
light. You're
Okay,
still
good.
on. I feel like it just gives you. It's like if you're gonna sit through all freaking.
3
If
hours.
you're gonna sit through 9.5, 10 hours, why not make it 12?
Yeah.
You know.
I probably should have. I did tell him like I will watch them again, and maybe I'll do like the extended cuts probably next time. But
You
yeah,
do get a little bit more out of it. It's
I
more
would
for
say
us,
so.
the book readers, that
Yeah.
like it's just so much to condense into a movie.
it was a lot. Yeah, and he explained that too, and I enjoyed it more. I will be honest. I enjoyed
I'm a
it.
huge Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
nerd for those who don't know, so that's why I'm like grilling
That
her.
was like Taylor's selling thing when we.
I
So backstory: how I found Taylor was actually through work.
Wait, I don't know if I knew this.
Okay, so
I just remember the initial email
the
that
initial
came over.
email.
Yeah.
So we got engaged on a Saturday, April 19th.
Okay, yeah.
and
we can
then
talk about, yeah.
Sunday was Easter. Monday, I had a site visit actually in Worcester. There's 2 Worcester agencies that we
Yeah.
oversee, and the Worcester agency that I was at that day, I'm really close with them. They're awesome.
Yeah.
The girl Lindsay
Oh,
Richmond.
I love Lindsay. Yes.
So they were like, honestly, I hadn't even gotten
Also
the
my
chance to
type of
tell
people.
my team yet. Like I hadn't even actually Monday we were off because it was like whatever that holiday is in April. I think Monday we were off. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday I went. So I hadn't even gotten a chance to tell my
it
team.
was on the DL.
Like
yeah.
my intimate team that I work with every day. I hadn't got a chance to tell them I got engaged yet.
yeah.
And I get there and I have my ring on and they're like,
There's your giveaway.
they're like, wait, Jackie, what is that? And I was like, oh, yeah, we got
Actually.
engaged over the weekend.
Yeah.
So
Over the weekend.
we're not telling anyone, but like I'm gonna tell you guys. And the first words out of her mouth were literally like, "Can I please give you a photographer recommendation?" Because
I
we love
her.
Taylor, and I was like,
also good. Yeah, good people.
absolutely. I said, I don't know any photographers, so like,
Who is
or
this
not
Taylor?
really. I'm like, yes. I was like, absolutely.
Oh.
So, I think I emailed you like that same week. I think, if not like a
yeah,
week
because
later.
I think when you were talking, like, yeah, you were still like, this is like brand new.
Brand new. I was
You're
like, we
like,
haven't even booked a venue yet.
you're like, hey, yeah.
Because I remember asking you like, when are you free in October?
And I remember, I think I said I was like any weekend, but the first
this one, yeah. And what I looked at your website. I was showing Brian, and then he saw like in your about me about Lord of the Rings. He was like, "That's it, sold." I was like, "Okay, yeah." So
it's actually Brian. That's so funny.
Brian.
You're the second person that said that to me.
Really?
So now I'm like, oh, maybe that was like the best little
It's like
business
the best thing to put in there.
Because and it was funny because it was another. I ended up going to school with him and we didn't realize. So like, long story
Yeah.
short, it was like different grade.
Yeah.
Ended up realizing like, oh, local, blah blah blah, so and so. And then it was like, actually, I saw that you're a pretty good Lord of the Rings fan, and I was like, well, there goes the whole conversation. I was like, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
And they were like, yeah, that was honestly one of the
Yeah.
reasons. And I was like, yes, if only my dad, who raised me to be such a nerd,
Yeah.
would I could tell him. I'm like, I'm just talking about him like he's not here. He's still here. Jesus, God. But like I'm going to tell him after this because he's going to be so proud to know that like
People have found you because of that and like chosen
my
you.
mother almost like made fun of him at a point of like,
Aw.
don't make Taylor a nerd, like because we used to go they would come out around Christmas. Is when they were coming out at the movie theaters when they were back in like the early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
So around Christmas, my mom would be neurotic trying to get ready for like holiday parties and stuff.
Plan.
So my dad would be like, let's get out of the house. Let's go to a movie. So we would go to the movies. It was like every year for a couple of years in a row, we would see the Lord of the Rings for Christmas to get out of the house. And it was like our little daddy-daughter bonding time. And I was really little because, it was like I was under 10.
Yeah, early 2000s.
Because I think it was like 2000 or 2001 it came out. So I was under 10 and we would go and I became like such a Lord of the Rings fan. And then that's when he introduced me to like the books and stuff because my dad is super nerd. My dad is like Dungeons and Dragons nerd. Like he used to play in Medford basements of like had the 20-sided dice. So he was like,
oh my God, what's it called? It's a D.
There's a dodecahedron.
Something like that.
No, dodecahedron might be 10-sided.
I forgot. But there's like specific names for the dice.
I'm literally crashing out because my daughter used to watch Timu Mizumi and they used to sing used to sing a dodecahedron song and I don't remember how many sides it was.
But like, or a D12, right? That's a thing. It's like a 12-sided.
No, it's D20.
D20. Okay.
Yeah, the 20-sided die is the like coveted famous.
It's like a big thing.
My dad played. I don't know enough about it. I tried to play once. I was young. I was so confused.
I was so confused. I tried as an adult.
What Fantasyland? I was like, why can't I just kill him then?
I'm like, I literally was like,
pretend. I'll just kill him.
I was like, if this is pretend, why can't I just kill you? Like that's what's
like. You don't have the power, and I was like, well, then give me the power.
Yeah, give me the power. Like the rules didn't make sense to me, and
I was like, there are no rules. We make up the rules. What do you mean?
And I think like on the opposite end, I was a Harry Potter kid.
Yeah.
So like I was kind of on the other side of it. Like I feel like you were like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter.
Yes.
Like very much so. Yeah, I was a Harry Potter kid. I did the same thing with my dad though.
I would say honestly, most people our age and our generation and most of my friends, most people I talk to, I am the minority. It is mostly Harry Potter.
Harry Potter people, yeah.
For 100%. Because that was what that's what we were all watching when we were 8, 9, 10. Because we loved watching the kids because they were like our age.
They were our age.
No,
like,
my dad was training me to watch Orcs. And
I love that though. Now that I've seen it, and like I think I have more of an I know I have more of an appreciation for it.
Post all my Lord of the Rings memes on my personal page.
I love it.
My story is all Lord of the Rings memes. Like I posted one the other day where it was a Rottweiler and someone took flour on their hand and put it on the Rottweiler's face to look like the orc with the handprints and it was just like this Rottweiler and he was like, oh, he was so cute. I'm like,
and Brian like the whole time was like, you loved Game of Thrones. Like, do you understand that? Like,
that's very similar in the realm.
Yeah. So at first, when I was like,
dragons,
I don't know if I could do this. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it.
Could do this.
And
strap in.
He was like, you loved Game of Thrones. Do you understand that? Like these movies walked so that Game of Thrones could run. Like, come on. I'm like, okay. And like, it was true though. Like after I watched them, I was like, you know. I thought about it more. I was like, yeah, like that. You're right.
It basically is what I would say is one of the more like Game of Thrones is. It's basically the adult version. I would say like if Harry Potter was very much written for kids, adults is more of the not even the PG, the R. Well, I was going to say Game of Thrones might
definitely
be R. Yeah, it was
the Red Wedding.
I was like R. And some of the themes of the family members' love affairs. I'm like maybe it's more R, but actually technically Lord of the Rings is so you got PG, which is Harry Potter. PG-13 is Lord of the Rings, and then
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
And you know what pisses me off is that Brian has never watched Game of Thrones, except he's seen the Red Wedding episode. I said, what the fuck? Out of all the episodes,
because
you watched that one,
which is a good one to watch. But I feel like
might be off. Oh, nope.
That's hiding.
Oh, they're just hiding. Oh, no.
Test. Yes, I was going to say, because I feel like if you don't know the context of the family members and who's who, like, it doesn't have as much. I was like, I mean, it's still a very graphically, like, whoa scene.
Whoa, yeah, absolutely.
But if you don't know who's who and why it's so, I don't know. Yeah, that's weird.
So that's our next venture. I want to rewatch Game of Thrones with him.
That's a good one.
And yeah, right now we're rewatching.
Are you doing, like, just Game of Thrones, or are you gonna do like the House of Dragon and stuff too with him?
No, I'll just do Game of Thrones. I think. Okay. Yeah, I think we're just gonna do Game of Thrones because like that's how I watched it. Yeah, started simple. That's how I watched it.
Then we'll get you into the Hobbit and everything else.
And that's what he said. He was like, okay, well then we'll go to the Hobbit then. And I'm like, okay.
If you like, the Hobbit is basically Harry Potter.
Yeah,
because what that was is the Hobbit. The book was written for his son.
Yeah.
So it was written. But I will say though, I personally, you might not care, I felt like the Hobbit movies dragged because they took one book and they dragged it into 3 movies.
Oh.
Whereas the other movies were like book 1, book 2, book 3.
Yeah.
And really each movie probably needed 2 of its book. He needed 2 of its
they
own
were
movies.
huge, yeah.
Yeah. But The Hobbit was basically, he wrote it for his son.
Yeah. So
Because
it's like more kid version.
right.
Yeah.
And then when they made it into a movie, I think they were just trying to really like Hollywoodize one,
Yep.
squeeze as much juice out of that lemon.
Money.
And they were trying to copy the format that worked so well for the original Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So it is one book stretched into 3 movies.
You're not the first person I've heard that said
and
that.
it's a
that
little,
Hobbit
to
drags
me,
a bit.
it's a little draggy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the
makes
good
sense.
kind of drag.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love that. Just totally. I want to see Lord of the Rings in drag now.
Like a drag show.
There has to be
I love
a
it.
Lord of the Rings drag show.
There's a drag show. There's a Gilmore Girls drag show coming up that I just saw the other day. I'm a big Gilmore Girls fan. So there's drag for everything.
That's
I love
amazing.
it. Yeah, no, but yeah, that's
It's amazing. But you're watching New Girl, which we've watched start to finish in this household like 17 times.
yeah. We just finished The Americans.
Oh,
Great show. Brian
that
had
was
seen it.
also on my list. That was FX.
FX. Yeah. It was a great show.
Yeah.
He's a big history nerd.
Yep.
Like,
we just started
So,
rewatching because
it's good.
I watched it when it first came out. This is me, my little nerdiness. Washington, the Turn Spies. Did you ever used to watch that? It was
no,
like
I
a
didn't,
limited
but yeah,
series.
I remember
He
that.
might
though.
like that. It's very like Revolutionary War.
Oh, he probably would.
It's a basically, it's a limited series that talks about like that time, basically the whole like Revolutionary War period, and it's very good.
Great. Yeah, we try to have like one serious show that we watch in rotation.
Same.
That's like an hour long.
And then you need a palate
and
cleanser.
then one palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Like, so one like short show, like New Girl, that we can sit down,
Yep.
have a quick breakfast.
We just
or whatever,
started
and
Abbott
watch.
Elementary.
Yep. So like simple little things and like palate cleansers. So that's what we just finished The Americans. So I think our next show, we're taking a break from like regular shows. We're watching the Gordon Ramsay docuseries that they just released.
That's on my list.
It's so good.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that, and then I think
Because I just finished the Tyra Banks one.
Yeah. Oh,
Girl, we were rooting for you.
Yeah, right?
And now I'm upset.
I can't. Like, but thanks for teaching me how to smile with my eyes. Like, definitely.
The amount of times I've used that in photo shoots, though, and I'm like, like Tyra Banks, and she tells us to smile. We're gonna do that, and now I'm like, girl,
Can't say that anymore.
we were rooting for
We
you.
were.
Pissed us
But yeah,
off.
we try to do that. Nice little balance.
Wow.
I need it after like sometimes. I feel like that's a big misconception about when you work from home, which I do go to. I go to the office two times a week.
Also, my lamp.
I love it though. It's so cute.
I just got
Oh
it.
my god! Wait, the one with the penis. Okay, so that was at my. Someone brought that to my
I
gym
just got it as a gift 2 days
thing.
ago.
Like, you know, like the Yankee swaps that people do. We did that at my gym, and someone brought that in December. It's so
apparently my fiance just saw it on Amazon.
cute. Yeah,
And he was like, I saw it, and he goes, I knew you would love it.
it's so freaking funny.
And I have a thing with lamps.
I love lamps.
I am one of those people. I love lamp. So I don't like the LED lights. And one, we could just change the light bulbs. I've just been too lazy. This light overhead, when you turn it on, especially at night, it looks, this room, it's like operating room.
Yeah,
Like that's how that awkward light, and
That's
I
how
hate
our
it.
living room is too.
I
We
don't
never
like
use it. We use lamps.
Right. So
That's
like
what we
this
do.
is my little funky lamp. So
I
I love like that little glow everywhere. So I have candles everywhere. So he was like, I knew you would love this lamp. It's like that yellow glow.
Yes.
And it's just so fun.
I was like, low-key mad I didn't get it in the Yankee swap. I was like, I wanted this lamp.
I'm just staring at it. It's all I can see through my line of
It's
vision.
like right
I'm
in your line of vision. Oh, that's funny.
But my last segment that I get for you, my dear, because I'm like, I can't stay you all day. I get to wear my new gym t-shirt that I'm very excited about to go to the gym for. But this is a segment that everyone gets asked. We get to ask what you get to focus in on. And this can be anything. This can be a hot take. This can be political. This could be what you want to do for yourself, work, anything. But what is Jackie focusing in on right now?
My focus in, because my hot take will shock you, so I'll save that for like last.
I bet it won't, but okay.
My focusing in, I think I'm doing the same right now. Like, I'm really on a health and fitness journey, and not just because of the wedding. I got diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis last fall.
Ouch.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was like the biggest relief though to get answers. Yeah. Because I mean, at 29, I was like hiking multiple mountains with Brian, and like just super, I was fine. Like I felt the best I ever felt. And then I turned 30. And then
what the heck?
I turned 30. I moved out to the country, Central Massachusetts. It's
countryside.
It's the countryside to a city girl. I moved, and then I all of a sudden, like some days I wake up and I couldn't move.
That's scary.
Yeah. And it just, I was like, there's no way that this is what everyone talks about. Like you turn 30 and like everything changes. Like this is a new like level. So, yeah, it took like a year. And then, I mean, Massachusetts, we have the best doctors. I went and saw, I switched doctors when I moved.
Yeah.
And I saw his family doctor and she's amazing. And she was like, has anyone ever brought up the fact to you that you might have psoriatic arthritis? Because I've had psoriasis since I was a little kid.
Right.
And I was like, no.
But you're thinking, I'm 30.
I literally was like, what do you mean I'm 30? Did you say the word arthritis?
Yeah, you were like, wrong chart.
She was like, no, my son is like early 20s and just got diagnosed. Like, this is a very big thing.
Crazy.
Yeah. So like finally getting a diagnosis was great.
Yeah.
And then knowing what I could do that was going to help versus like hurt me. So like, I think in the last year, especially going to the gym that I go to, I've learned so much from the trainers there of like strength training is so important as we age. Like it really is. And it has helped the psoriatic arthritis so much. Like I still have one spot in my back that like definitely does bother me here and there, but it's not debilitating like it once was.
Crazy.
And so I think like that's really what I'm focusing in on. I mean, obviously it's a plus like before the wedding, which has been great. And I feel good too. And that's something I appreciate the trainers always reminding me of. Like last week, like 2 people came up in class. They were like, you look great, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, thanks. Like I've lost like X amount of pounds. And they're always like, yes, the trainer will be like, but you feel better. Yeah. Because you feel better. And as someone that used to have an eating disorder when I was a teenager, like it really does sit in your head of like, I 100%. Feel strong and I'd rather be strong than skinny. And that's like my big thing right now. That's what I'm focusing on.
I like this focusing a lot. I just had this conversation. Yeah.
It is. And you need that, especially when you have daughters. Yes. Like, and
a lot of it's too what we were taught societally and as women, especially in our age range, we have a lot of us struggle. Like, I mean, I'm there with you.
Like Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton. Like, that's what I grew up with. Like, and I remember going to see when I saw the Eras tour. And I remember looking, at, I call her my stepdaughter, but she was my ex's child that I raised with him for about 10 years. And we went to the Eras tour. And the girl that sings like the ABCDEFU song, I always forget her name.
I forget her name too right
She's
now.
amazing. She's super talented. But like her coming out on stage and like she just had like these cute baggy jeans on, like didn't have a flat ab stomach, but like was proud and like just was so comfortable in her skin. And I looked at Riley and I was like, you're so lucky, I think, to be growing up right now where body positivity is just out there.
Where it wasn't for us.
Where it wasn't for a long time. And I think we have to be really careful right now because we're kind of like on this cusp of potentially turning back to where because of the Ozempic era and GLP-1s. And I think they're wonderful things. I do. I love them.
I'm so glad you said this.
But I think like we are on a cusp of where we could potentially go into a dangerous turn.
I think we're there.
I think we're kind of there in a sense,
we're there
right?
Again.
Like,
we're back to like the low ride. Because I was telling this to my fiance even, born in 93. I'm going to be 33 this year. I'm a 90s kid, right? Yeah. I was raised with the very 90s supermodels.
Oh yeah.
Rail thin.
Heroin chic.
Exactly. Exactly. Like I was told if you want to lose weight, you smoke cigarettes and drink coffee and that's all you need to do. Like that was the diet.
You don't eat.
Yeah. And you wouldn't be hungry and you'd be fine. But one thing that always I had a hard time with myself is the fact that my stomach wasn't flat. And I used to tell people I'm supposed to have a flat stomach. I'm a girl. Like that's the ideal standard. I'm supposed to have a flat stomach. Now I realize I have organs,
you need that to protect.
Like you literally need it. I love my little pooch now. I used to hate it in dresses. I want it to be literally like
flat.
Yeah, I was told, and that's what society taught me. That's what I was supposed to look like. I was supposed to be completely like, I would turn to the side and you wouldn't see me anymore.
Yeah. And I think
completely destroyed
that,
me.
and like for brides too, especially, like I think people like attach so much to it. Like, well, do you really want to look like this at your wedding? I'm sorry, but if the man I'm marrying doesn't love me at any stage, then I shouldn't be marrying that man. I just shouldn't. And Brian has been like so amazing for my body positivity of like, hey, like I don't care what you look like. I'm here to support your health and fitness goals, and just like you support mine. Right. But like, give
It's not
yourself
the end all
grace.
be all.
We talk about giving each other grace all the time, like with ourselves, because we give each other grace, but we have a hard time giving it to ourselves. But yeah, like I think we're back kind of going towards that direction of wanting that like heroin chic look again. And it's like, no, like you want to be strong. And especially when you have daughters, it's like important to talk about that and talk about your body nicely to them too, right? Like, you know, I don't go to the gym to be skinny. I go to the gym to be strong.
Right.
And like, if it's a bonus that I start to become more comfortable in my skin, yes. But like, I'm never going to be ashamed of having a stomach or thighs again in my life because that's part of my body and like, that's okay. And I associate like, you know, my body type, I have what my Nana looked like. I look very much like her. And I'm always like, I carry that with me and that's okay. So I feel like that's
such a good point. I'll think about that with like how I will look like relatives, but I'm like, but I fucking love them. So like, why is it a bad thing?
Why is it a bad thing?
Why is it a bad thing?
Yeah.
Like you love your Nana, like yeah, hell yeah, Nana. But like now, that's a great point.
It is.
And I think there's something to be said where, there was something there's this toxicity in your 20s. I feel like specifically, we're trying to figure out who we are. We're trying to find love in a hopeless place. We're trying to find validation in things.
Hopelessly.
Yeah, we're trying to find validation in things that we probably shouldn't. We're still learning about life and ourselves. I mean, hell, we still are in our 30s. You do your whole life, right? But there is something with like, for me, at least in my 30s, where I just like was like, you know, I don't care anymore. Like I'm living life.
And that's
I'm gonna enjoy the donut. And you know what? Maybe my butt jiggles a little. Okay. But I'm gonna know that I lived this life and I enjoyed a donut.
Exactly. And I feel like too, like, because you had your daughter your whole 20s, like, you know, and so having that in my 20s too, like when I had a child in my care a lot, like especially a girl, like I had to be conscious of how I was talking about myself in front of her.
You don't realize how much it just slips out the verbiage.
And one day I was dropping her off at school and she was like, I love that you can just like leave the house and you don't care that you don't need to put on a bunch of makeup and you don't like, you can just leave the house. And I was like,
clocked.
Like, thank you. But she said it in a way of like, I really like that you don't have to like sit in front of, you know, a mirror for an hour. And if I say, hey, can we go to Target? You'll just get in the car and go with me.
Yeah.
Like, and you're comfortable in your skin. And she was like 10, I think, when she said that to me. And I was like,
that's very empowering to hear.
Yeah. And I was like, thank you. And like, something we've always said is every body is a bikini body. And and I remember being on the beach. I remember being on the beach with her when she was like 8 or whatever. And one of my aunts was like, oh, like, I'm probably going to try to wear a bikini like once I lose a little weight. And she like had turned around and was like, why, Doreen? Every body is a bikini body.
Good.
And I was like, that was like, to me, okay, like I'm making sure that I'm doing something right here by like instilling these values amongst children. And like, I plan to do that with our children when we have them. And like, it's important because as a society, we're turning more towards, unfortunately, that skinny thing again. And that's not good. We want to be strong.
No, we do. We do. And like I said, sometimes I will not even realize that just so subconsciously
it's in your brain.
Verbiage that comes out, and then I have to like literally I'm like, oh, gotta stop myself because I just the way that my mother talked to me, the way that I just heard inside, the way that I talk to myself, that own inner critic, my inner voice, it is very hard. I have to rewrite how I've talked to myself for most of my life.
Same.
And it's a very hard thing to undo.
It's hard. No, it is. It's still to this day.
Having conversations like this, supporting other people, supporting the younger generation, these are all things we need to do or we're never going to move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want my hot take?
Yeah, I really do. I'm really curious because I'm like, I want to know if I agree. It's never too spicy in this house. I'm ready. I'm so nervous. I'm like, oh.
And my maid of honor is kind of like, this is like her big gripe with me. I don't like Grey's Anatomy.
Oh my god! I'm so glad someone
But on the flip side, I love so many other Shonda Rhimes shows. So that's what annoys the absolute shit out of my best friend forever.
Is it just medical? Do you watch any other medical dramas?
I used to watch like Botched and like Dr. 90210 growing up, and I was fine with that. But even when I tried to watch The Pit,
you never watched,
recently, because that won all these awards, and like Brian and I watched, and we were like, maybe we should. It just won all these awards. Maybe we should try. And I was like, let me try an episode, like one day or whatever. I tried it, and I was like, I don't find myself going back, like being like,
you're not into like the medical dramas. I think it must be because those Botched and stuff. Those are very different.
They're very different. It's reality. It's reality TV, which I love. But like, I don't.
You're not like just. And that's funny.
But I liked House.
Oh, okay.
I liked House, but I also felt like House was like more like mystery. like I have to figure out what's wrong with this person. And like I liked House.
It is more case solvy. I will say, like the
Case-solvy.
pit and stuff, it is more drama.
It's drama, and it's very like, and I mean, God bless all our healthcare workers. Shout out to them.
I have
love
heard
it.
that pit is, people are saying, and I worked in the healthcare industry, so I'm not in the ER.
I heard
so
it's
I'm
more
curious to see.
realistic.
I heard it is one of the
Yeah.
more realistic ones.
Yeah, one of my good friends from high school, he is an ER doctor
Yeah.
down in Texas. And he
That's
was saying
really
that.
interesting though, because
Yeah.
so I watched Grey's Anatomy, not when it was on TV. I was a little later.
Yeah,
I
you just
watched,
binged
like,
it.
I binged most of the seasons, and then it's still on.
It's
so
still on.
I haven't watched it since probably season like
It's
9,
still on.
which is so long ago now.
And we're on like what, 23? I don't freaking know at
I
this
don't
point.
even know anymore, honestly. Like I stopped watching like when most of the main characters left.
Yeah.
It's kind of when I stopped.
Yeah.
And then like I think, yeah, like McDreamy, McSteamy, they were all gone and stuff. But I don't watch. I realized after, I was like, yeah, this isn't for me, and I kind of realized like I'm not into this. But I didn't end up liking any of her other shows.
Really?
I don't watch any Shonda Rhimes, anything.
Really? So I love Bridgerton. I loved How to
Don't
Get Away
watch.
with Murder.
Yeah.
I loved Scandal.
I
liked,
heard great things about Scandal too.
Scandal was
Never
great.
watched.
I
Nope.
loved that new one that came out on Netflix. Oh my God.
I know that
It was, I forget. It was based in the White House. The girl from Orange is the New Black. was in
that's so
it.
funny. T is watching it. My fiance, I'm not though.
It was
He
good.
watched.
Brian
it.
liked it.
Yes,
He liked it. It was good. But it's like, I love a bunch of her other shows. I just can't.
This must be the medical drama.
It must be. Because like, I
That's
just can't. I
interesting.
feel like I do have like an inclination that when I'm on maternity leave someday, I will want to watch it
Yeah.
after going through like a major thing in a hospital.
yeah.
But yeah, like I
That's so funny
can't.
to say that. So my hot take for TV is I don't watch any of like the Love Island, the Love is Blind, or any of that stuff. Never watched an episode of The Bachelor or Bachelorette. Never one. Never watched an episode of Big Brother.
Oh, I haven't either.
Nothing. Because apparently we're having technical difficulties and storage issues, so we are going to make our quick outro now. But Jackie, tell the people where they can find you if they want more Jackie.
Yeah, at Jackie Bottaro on Instagram, Buttaro, soon to be Mullen.
Woo! Soon to be Mullen
In 7 months. Yeah, and
That's
I
it.
guess like promo wise, Brian at Signs Plus.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, my fiance and his family have a.
Brian is amazing.
He's amazing. They
Yeah.
have a family-owned local sign company
Yeah.
for almost 40 years now, based in Milford. So at Signs Plus, him and I.
We love a local
We
business.
do. We run
Yes.
the social media together. Him and I. We just started it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So
So
we're going to be seeing more of you on social then too.
yes, you'll be seeing
Woo!
more. But yeah, that's where you can find
Perfect.
us.
Oh, well, thank you
Yeah.
for joining.
Of course.
Thank you for everyone else for listening. Thank you for joining and listening, and tune back in for another episode and probably some more craziness and technical difficulties per usual. But that's it, folks. Woo!
Yay.